What's up, Dub Nation? Rich with Let's Go Warriors here, and we got to talk about these guys. Yeah, they're gonna be Warriors. They haven't signed yet, but they're gonna be Warriors, and that's exciting. We're gonna talk about it. We are going to take a look at the cap sheet for Jonathan. What can be left over for him? So we will look at that. That'll be part of the agenda tonight. So let me just make sure I got that on the agenda in the description. Hold on while I do my, what do you call it? Housekeeping. Copy the tags from the last one. We probably need to update the tags with Will Toohey is now officially a two-way. So that's great news. Wow, we need a Horford playlist now. We still got a Melton playlist because he used to be on the Warriors still. Al Horford is a Warrior. That's nuts. Someone go get Dean. And GP2 is back for all intents and purposes. So we are going to look for those playlists, and I'm going to present a spreadsheet for you. It will be the JK Stays spreadsheet, which I just updated. Cool. See if you can see that. Window, boom. This is our cap sheet. Will Richard, we're assuming Seth Curry at a veterans minimum. It's a full squad. That means this much is left to be able to pay Jonathan. It won't be that much. It'll be less, but it does fall in line with the earlier report of $45 million over 2 years, team option in the second year, which Jonathan doesn't want. And I think Jonathan will win the staring contest because Joe Lacob cannot let this number become 7.9 million. Cannot do that. And I think Jonathan and agent Aaron Turner know that. So let me just do some more housekeeping here. Will Richard, Alex Toohey channel, playlist. We have playlists for everything, my friends. Go look at our YouTube homepage. It is very, very in-depth. And we will take a look at this cap sheet one by one shortly. I just need to make sure I've got all the tags that I want. We can do a Will Richard in there. Alex Toohey. Horford Melton. Oh, I'm out of characters. Let's get rid of a Let's Go Warriors one. Save. Make sure I'm monetizing this at least. Make my 2 cents. Okay. We're going to get Dean anytime soon. He disappears. Okay, let's talk about the cap sheet. 5-minute mark. Kuminga and Warriors cap sheet talk. Agenda for tonight. What's left for JK on cap sheet? Horford, Melton, Will Richard, GP2. Will Richard, he fit. And the Love Your Dubs Summit, of course. LoveYourDubs.com Summit. That'll be our agenda. Dean Chambers.
What's up, Rich?
Good to have you. Okay. This is the agenda for tonight. Let's clear the screen and go through the cap sheet. So this is a formula. JK can make no more than this much. It's going to be less than that because you don't want to be like exactly at the second apron. You want to have a little breathing room at the very least. And we'll figure out what it will be, whatever they decide. What?
You have 15 players on this one?
Yeah, because we're assuming Seth Curry is going to be the 15th or 14th if you go by seniority. We got Will Richard as the rookie here. Mm-hmm. Pretty good. Anytime you sign a guy on a rookie deal and he's halfway decent, that's good news. We will get him on the cheap because only costs $1.273 million, and that actually kind of helps out JK. So I think Seth will sign, but we'll see. Just it's based on, well, we can go step by step, show you what that's based on. That is based on our Discord server having the feeds that we need from various sources, such as Shams Charania. And this is way back at 7 p.m. Let's do a search on, what are these guys tweeting? Okay, two-way contract for Tuhi. Let's see. I'm looking for the tweet that I saw from Ari. Search for Ari. So there's this kid named Ari. And he sometimes has good sources, sometimes not. Here it is. So he's 50-50. He maybe 51-49. He does bat over 500, so that's good. But they are working towards bringing in Seth Curry. Again, this guy needs to get more experience, and we'll see. But that's why I assumed we went with Seth Curry on the roster. So let's go back to the spreadsheet. Dean, they're coming after you.
They're coming to get you, Rich. They're going north in PCH.
You can do this next time. Oh. Okay, so Horford, I have at the taxpayer mid-level. You have to remain under the second apron for that. This is a formula, so we are right at the second apron, but we've assumed these guys are at veterans minimums, and they only count as a 2-year veterans minimums as part of the rules. And Yossi Goslin mentioned something that might bump up this number, so we'll just see. if he's wrong about this, then I'm going to text them and go, why did you say it was this when it became this? So we'll see. It may be, these cap hits may be more than the veterans minimum of 2 years. We shall see. All three of these. That would then further shave JK's maximum possible contract with the Warriors down. But they could backload it. They could, the says it in here back at Discord today. Slater had an article, which then I curated into our Discord server. That's in the Every Post channel where we post every darn post. Get rid of the RE search. And here it is. The excerpt is as follows. He has mentioned the Warriors that he would view a contract offer with a player option in it as a sign of goodwill after what his side has described as years of confusion about his role. That's good negotiation tactic. It doesn't matter whether that's actually true or not. You could debate that back and forth. The bottom line is they're using that as a negotiation tactic. And I actually like it. Good for him.
When was that?
I kind of think he's right.
When was that posted?
Say again?
When was that posted?
Today. Check your Discord. It was posted today.
Could you click on the link? I think that I saw that before.
Can I click on the link? I can't. Then I have to change windows and all of that.
Oh, sorry.
Check your Discord.
Yeah. Fair enough.
It's ESPN. It's today. It came out before 7:24 p.m.
Oh, that he won't be a media day.
Yeah.
But that quote, I'm sure.
That's also something I said in the commentary section. This is where I post my commentary. I put the exact spreadsheet we're looking at on there. I said that I still believe Lacob will lose the staring contest. And I said I would be shocked if all of those guys are actually at Media Day tomorrow, because they haven't officially signed. And you can't officially sign because you don't know if JK is taking the qualifying offer or the contract presented to him that he's agreeing to. Again, I said this every time we've done a live stream. I think he should sign it, push the paper across the table to Lacob, and watch Lacob rip it up. He will rip it up. There's absolutely no way Lacob allows this salary slot to become 7.9 million. There's absolutely no way. So I hope they take Lacob to the brink, because they should. Lacob is that type of negotiator, and Lacob welcomes it. He's more than happy to do that. Again, in my opinion, in my experience, my data point is the Andre Iguodala deal. When Andre went to the Sacramento Kings, got the $16 million ×3 offer from Vivek, took it back to Lacob, said, you better match that or I'm going to Sacramento. I mean, come on, Lacob could go, oh, nah, you're not actually going to go to Sacramento. No, he didn't. He just matched it because he probably said to Andre, good job. That's how you do it. So I'll sign it. And so that's my opinion. But that's just based on years of kind of knowing how venture capitalists think. I've worked in the venture capital industry here. Unfortunately, never met Lacob because I was in high tech and he was in life sciences. Life sciences is pharmaceuticals. So I can see how he made a boatload of money off of that. That is one of the most profitable businesses to be in. So that's where we are. So anybody agree, disagree? Let me know. Let me pull up the chat.
Yeah, we got like 18 of you, 15 of you, something like that. So
Man, Bruce is
Come on.
so like Bruce
Come.
hates Kuminga, man. Why do you hate Kuminga so much?
hello, Bruce. But don't you think the Al Horford thing being announced today, it suggests that something is near?
Yeah,
Don't you think that?
exactly. That's what I put in the Discord server.
I mean, I might be wrong, but it feels.
That's also what I put in the Discord server. Are you reading the Discord server?
No, great minds think alike, Rich. No. Yeah.
I'd like it if you read my Discord server. I'm just kidding.
No, I won't.
Set it up here. I'd like it if everybody reads the Discord server more. I've done a number of sign and trade scenarios on this very live stream. I don't think a sign and trade can be done in this tight of a window, and it's so hard because the other team needs to be under the fill in the blank apron, whatever move that they make, because they're getting the first apron, because they're getting it's first or second, Dean. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Second for sure. It's second for sure.
Yeah. So, well, that's
and then very few teams
can say that, Dean. Second. You sure it's not the third apron?
Yeah, it might be the fifth.
So that's a secret FYI to everybody. If you want to sound like, Dean does actually know what he's talking about. But
thanks.
Just always go, oh, it better be under the second apron, and then everybody will think that you're because nearly everything's under the second apron.
Yeah, you can't do anything over the second apron
unless you were the Boston Celtics, who are now under the second apron.
The Thunder going to come up on that.
Yeah.
No, not yet, but they're going to.
Yeah,
they're going to soon.
Yeah, but they're not yet, which is amazing. I know. Think about it. To win a championship and be under the second apron, that's you can retire after that. Sam Presti can retire after that, but he won't. He loves his job. Keep doing it. We've not had the debate with Bruce now, but I think it's time to have the debate with Bruce.
Yeah.
If someone
let's go
comparing himself to other players of his draft, the someone just loves. The someone came to US at age 13, watching Kobe videos, and you crucify that? Give the guy a break, man. It's okay. It's okay to have this. I think that's
very normal.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what guys do. I mean, look, Jordan Poole is negotiating in 20, July, whatever it was, 2022, based on what Tyler Hero got, and everybody understood that. That's Bill Russell heard that Wilt Chamberlain signed at that point an exorbitant $100,000 contract, and he went to Red Auerbach and said, "I want $100,001." He wanted just one more dollar, but he wanted to be paid more than Will because he won more than Will. I mean, that's what these players do, and it's perfectly fine. Huh?
Did he get the $1?
He did. He got the $1.
This is great. Yeah. What year was this?
Oh, I don't. Here, I'll try and find it for you, Rich. All
right. Bruce, you read my article, right? I feel like I've been in Kuminga's shoes, honestly. This one. There was a time when I had to defer. I had to play the power forward and defer to my guy Conan Chi and his guy Jeremy Lee on the same, not Jeremy Lin, another guy, Jeremy Lee. And every time I got a rebound, I had to pass to him. Every time, everything, go set, screen, roll, get the catch, kick it back out. Like, boy, I sacrificed a lot that game because I'm not that type of player normally, but I am, good enough and fundamentally sound enough that I understand the game, and I knew that's what I needed to do. After I had that great game, it was like, I don't want to do that again. I don't want to play the role because I know I'm better than a role player. Kuminga is there. There's nobody in the world that should think that Guy Santos is better than Kuminga. He's not. And this isn't to throw Guy Santos under the bus. I'm just saying that Kuminga is not a role player. He should not be asked to play a role for more than 4 years. So that's all I'm saying. I'm just saying that from a human baller type. Let him spread his wings. Let him go to he won a championship. Let him, go to the Charlotte Hornets if he wants. There's nothing wrong with that. Like because I've done that before. I could have played for the team that Conan Chi played on, but I would have been a role player, and I just decided not to. So you're gonna crucify me for that? Like everything turned out okay. And anybody in my Japanese basketball community could choose to judge otherwise, but I don't care because it's my life and I wanted to do that. So that's what I'm saying.
Absolutely, Rich. And
coach is rigid. I don't know that I'd use rigid, but I'd use that coach needs to evolve beyond even a genius. Like, Steve Kerr is a genius, but he actually needs to evolve beyond that. So I think this is a testament where commenting, only being able to say something 200 characters at a time is hard. But we know Bruce, so Bruce will engage and keep talking and stuff. But actually, sometimes I think if I didn't know it was Bruce and it was somebody else, then I might be a little more harsh. And I got to improve on that. So I'm going to try. That's a great story, Dean. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Put that in the. Wow.
It's from Wikipedia.
You see what guys do? They just want to. Are your comments in the order? Okay, then I feel like. Oh wow. Hey, can you copy the whole thing and email it to me?
Yeah. It's just in Wikipedia, right?
This is going to be a pain to copy paste 5 times, but I do want to.
Oh, no problem. I'll just do it in the reply to that email.
Thanks.
Okay. Send it right now.
All right. Well, Bruce is on the same page, and he just likes to be funny, which he is, honestly.
Yeah, definitely.
Bet on myself. Like Bruce doesn't even know what Mr. Thompson's first name is anymore.
Oh yeah. Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
But I love the loyalty of Bruce to the blue and gold. There is that. Which is if you were looking at it through that lens, then you can say, hey JK, just play that role better. At least, like, see, nobody is free of at least some bit of, and I won't use the word BLAME. I'll actually use the word responsibility. So everyone has at least a bit of responsibility in this. No matter what, JK could be right on all of these accounts. There's one thing that we can really pin him down. You do not rebound enough. So there's that. And so that's all part of it too. If you're rebounding, then you're doing the things that make your basketball team better. And those don't have to be scoring situations all the time. So yeah, I'm not absolving Kuminga of all responsibility just yet. So I do think everyone can come together and improve just a little bit each. Clay the Stallion. Wait. Hey, Dean, if Megan is the Stallion, then does that mean Clay is the mayor? I don't know.
I have no idea what Klay Thompson's personal life is like, but I would think probably not, just as a guess.
Yeah.
It might be the nightmare though on the court. I like that.
Okay.
Oh, good night, Kimbo. Thanks for thanks for joining, buddy.
Oh man, too bad. Yeah, we did. I've been busy. Well, actually, today I realized that there is a certain amount of, and everybody does this who likes the NFL. There's a bit of external validation that I seek with the Niners winning or losing. But you know what's funny is I actually endear myself to this version of the Niners more than the last 2 years because they're so vulnerable. So there is that. I think that's. Would you agree that that's? Do you think that's prevalent among fandom? Is maybe not all fans. I guess everyone is their own person.
Oh, I don't know about football, but there's definitely
like
get in on the ground floor type idea. You know, it's like I think I want to be here when this team is struggling, so when they get good, you know, I can say I was an authentic fan, or you know, or just have a connection to young players and things like that. However, I do think there's a trap of I don't know if these veterans are working, and we've been winning, but not as much as we used to. Let's try and you know, let's I don't want to say blow it up, but you know, let's try and start anew. And lots of times that doesn't work. You know, it's better to just stick with the guys who know how to win. You know, and that's where the dilemma comes. You know, finding young players to help the old players keep being able to make the playoffs and make deep runs into the playoffs. I don't know. I like winning. I don't find it very fun to root for a team when they're bad. I know I get it, you know, but generally I'd rather just make the playoffs every year, you know. But
smile, Dean. 1, 2, 3. All right. Thanks for the good comment. Good to have you, Kimbo.
yeah.
Well, I don't know. I find myself rooting for the Niners a little bit more this year, just because their struggles.
What's the record?
Well, 3-1, but I mean they struggled today.
Oh, they can't be struggling that bad if it's 3-1, though, right?
No, so it's all good. Man, I closed the Firefox window that I had of the cap sheet, and now it's gone. So let me just do it again. Let's see. History. Recently closed windows. Yeah, that one. Oh, cool. We covered it. Let's pull that one up one more time.
Did you just Kimbo? What did you say?
Huh?
Did you just what Kimbo said? Here? You said.
Oh, this. Let's see. Everybody could have handled things better. Yeah. Hey, me and Kimbo thinking the same.
Yeah, but
well, we all.
Yeah, I understand that, but what is he doesn't want to be here? What what does that mean? Let him go for nothing? You know, I don't. I'm sorry, I don't quite know how the Warriors should act based on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Here's my thought on what Kimbo said. It's clear he doesn't want to be here. I mean, while those words may be true, I would use different words because I do want to honor and respect the fact that it's been 4 years for JK. And like we said on the Discord server, which is an excerpt of Slater's article, they are saying, they are making the claim, the negotiation tactic, if you will, that it's been a confusing role for 4 years. And yeah, under Steve Kerr, yeah. So we said this last night when Dean was on as well. Sure would be nice for Steph Curry himself to say, hey guys, team meeting. I think we should really rack our brains and really be creative. You too, Jimmy. Come up. Obviously, Steve Kerr is in this meeting. Come up with some plays. Let's get JK involved. Utilize what he can. And like, I would even say, hey, look, Steve, man, I know the analytics say this or that. Screw the analytics, man. Let's play basketball. Like, we didn't have analytics back in the day, and we just figured things out, man. So just like, yeah, force it together if you have to. And
now that's him staying, right?
Where to go. So yeah, I think Steph can really make this thing coagulate.
I mean, look, we got him basically for free. We got him for D'Angelo Russell along with Andrew Wiggins. You know what I mean? You can't just lose that for nothing. And the issue is, what you're saying about creativity and everything is obviously, something that I think Steph, Dre, and Jimmy, really need to, like, let's apply a little player pressure here on this thing. I think, you just have to do it. Like, we have to get this, just get it done, get it figured out. I mean, $75 million over 3 years and a player option. What is that? That's nothing. I mean, Kuminga was going to make more. Wiggins was going to make more than that, I believe, this season, next season. I think it was the year after that too. And yet, the other side of it is, we can't let him go. You know what I mean?
Right.
A lot of people are just saying that. We'll just let him go. Whether he's a good player or not, they're not even discussing. They're just like, let him leave. That's insane. You understand from the front office perspective that's insane. Like, you get fired for doing that. I'm not kidding you. If you were GM, just get nothing back from him. That's the stuff of, front offices that just don't know what they're doing and kind of mess up their team's rosters and stuff. I don't mean to be mean, but the franchises that I'm talking about, the ones that have been bottom dwellers forever, just like, no, we're not doing that. So let's just get it over with. We've been patient. Patience is running out. Just give them the player option. Seriously.
Okay, here's a good one. Welcome, Ideal Realist. Good to have you. Well, actually, I think these moves have been there the whole time. Honestly, the whole time. You could say maybe a month ago, but the reason why you didn't want to progress the handshake agreement any further for a while, even though Pretty much they had been talking, meaning Horford and Melton, and to a degree GP2, is you don't want to just go down that path too far, because at any moment in time, you need to be wary that if you agree, quote unquote, with Horford to pay him the taxpayer mid-level, that's assuming, again, per this spreadsheet, that's assuming that JK does not get any offers from any teams with cap space, and in this case, only the Brooklyn Nets. That would be more than this amount right here. All the Nets have to do is offer JK more than this number, and the Warriors wouldn't be able to match that, because Horford is at that level, and when you use this much money on Horford, that caps you at the second apron, which we are capped at. However, it was announced today, number one, because media day is tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., I found out. And number two, the Nets are pretty far along the timeline that it would be difficult for them. And I wrote this on the Discord server. Again, check out the Discord server. It's free.
For now,
it would be next to impossible humanly to do all these moves to then offer JK more than 23.47 million. And so that is just not practically possible given the timing of it. And so I can see why all of these were announced today, because it made sense. It seemed like a very careful thing that they did. Come out with Horford in the morning, next come out with Melton, next come out with GP2 and Will Richard. Congratulations, Will Richard.
Yeah, really.
NBA contract. Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, it makes me sad about Pat, though.
Yeah, I know you are. Yeah. Does he have any more eligibility on the
I don't think
G
so.
League, in the G League?
Well, G League, yeah, but anybody can go to G League. But on a two-way contract, I'll look it up.
No, I think we got one two-way left. It's Jackson.
Oh, wait, no, he only has 2 years. So yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, Will Richard. And the other thing that's smart about that is, obviously, if you look at the cap sheet, look how cheap he is. And you basically got that for 4 years, non-guaranteed out. So you have a lot of control when these guys are second-round draft picks.
Absolutely.
It's good to make solid second-round draft picks.
Mm-hmm. No, I totally agree. Oh, he's a 4-year player, too. That's cool. Like that.
Here's our Discord server. WAP.com, LetsGoWarriors, Discord, free. Go check that out, because you will get some channels that are curated, but they are the latest and greatest of stuff. What else we got? Oh, thanks, Bruce.
Yeah. Please splash the lights.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Ideal Realist needs to sign up for Love Your Dubs. Does he not, Dean?
Could be she.
Oh, my bad. You need to go.
No, he said I'm a full-grown man. Sorry, didn't read that part. Yeah.
LoveYourDubs.com and register for free.
Oh, it's so good, man. You guys don't know. You just don't know yet, but you'll find out. Go sign up.
Oh, I am working on one of the TMCs so hard. We've just keep your fingers crossed, and I will get to interview one of the TMC. I can't say who just yet, but by the way, speaking of Run TMC, everybody send your well wishes perhaps on Instagram, wherever you'd like. Chris Mullin just had surgery on his Achilles. So best wishes to Chris Mullin. Get well soon.
Yes, sir. Wow. Well, that's tough. Obviously, I mean, he's pretty tall, right? 6'8", something like that. So I'm sure that hurts. But I thought you were going to say something worse than that. So yeah, I hope he recovers quickly. Yeah, he's the best to listen to, right? Whenever he's on air, that thick New York accent and his the way he sees the game, and obviously the Warriors connection. Man, he's still on the roster. Yeah. He's yeah, it's a team option for this year, I think, that they'll pick up because it's quite cheap.
Oh, Ronito cannot see Guy Santos is on the list there.
Yeah, number 9.
So yeah, Guy is part of Guy was the 9th guy, and we've been saying all summer they only have 9 guys signed, so that's the one.
Ooh, Bruce just wrote us a little ad here. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, I love it. Rich has been working very hard, and I've been trying to help him as much as I can, and as well as the rest of the crew, obviously. But I think you guys are going to love it.
Couldn't have done it without Dean. Let's screenshot this. 1, 2, 3, Dean. Send that to Chris Mullin. Of course, I might forget. I have a habit of forgetting to send them our screenshots over. So I need to break that habit. I have 3 very nice screenshots today so far.
Well, Bruce Brandon Pajemski has a team option next year and this year. So we might be looking at that too this offseason. But hey, man, this is pro basketball.
That's the next big one.
The best part of the season is after the trade deadline and before, and until your team loses, because you just have your team for sure, And yeah, I hate the off season, bro. I've started to. I went from really loving it to not hate, but just like, just give me my team, Just let's get the roster finished and see how the team works together. But that's because I love the players on the Warriors, and I wanted to. Unless you always have your critiques, right? Steph hook pass into 3 guys, Draymond threading the needle into the paint when everybody's in there, but whatever. On this channel, we've always loved all of our dubs. Literally love your dubs, right? And like, I'm so excited about Horford and Melton, and hopefully Seth Curry. I think those are incredible additions with the young talent that we have, and like, all people are talking about is JK. Like, let's just get him on here and give him minutes, all this drama and everything. That's not why I love basketball. And a lot of people, I think, like the drama more than the competition. I just kind of can't understand that.
We're too small argument. I mean, you need to get certain types of guys around Steph. That's why GP2 has survived so long, and we saw how crucial he was in 2022. It's like this squad, that to build a squad around Steph, what they've learned over the years is GP2 is a good example. And so the other thing is that 6'6", 6'7", 6'8" guys, they're hard to get. They're very hard to get. And so if you've spent, looking at this cap sheet, 60 million, by the way, Jimmy is 6'7", so that's the guy we got, in case you missed it. Draymond happens to be a small, 6'5" with 7-foot wingspan, yes, but that's, I mean, honestly, maybe we should put in the vault, Dean, a little lesson on our size, because I mean, I think a lot of it is the fact that Steph is 6'3" and Draymond is 6'5¾". They're, I mean, like, those are two of your most expensive players, and they're both under the league average. What's the league average? 6'6", 6'7"?
Yeah, it's fine for a point guard and a power forward, but for a shooting guard and a center, it's undersized for sure.
So, yeah, I mean, those two spots you were supposed to have gotten, a 6'4" point, and actually other teams have. So let's not talk about Steph, because actually other teams have small guys like that. But like, I think Draymond being only 6'5¾" makes us look small all the time. Whereas who's been our fourth guy? It's been Clay at 6'7". That's average/above average, and so it's been
Fourth.
Draymond, and then a center. The center was Looney, and we've always gone with the guy that can get the ball to Steph at the right and set the right picks rather than size. And Looney is an example of that. So, it's been so many years, man. Like,
that's true. I will push back on this a little, though. Kerr has been playing a lot of like 4-guard lineups for more significant stretches of the game than he was doing back during the KD years, obviously. But the emphasis, I think, should be on athletic wings. I've always thought that's where, because Steph is such a great shooter.
They're just hard to get.
We have Moody and Kuminga and Santos and Pajemski. I mean, all those guys are 6'5" and over, real tall. Those. Yeah, and those are draft picks. And, so this idea that we should sign a free agent in those spaces, like, I want to play the talented young draft picks that we have, and then GP2 is unique. Melton and GP2 are both kind of play bigger than their height because of their wingspan. But Horford is going to help, and Seth Curry is going to help tremendously with the shooting. That opens up the whole court for Jimmy and Kuminga to drive into the lane. I don't mean
they've always gone with the higher IQ. I mean, Seth Curry should be a siren to that. The fact that they're pursuing Seth Curry, assuming Ari's sources are correct, because he's the only one that's tweeted that. Yeah,
I've heard about it though.
And then Melton. Well, before that, but Ari was the only one today, just to be clear, to tweet about it amongst all the other news that came out. And I don't know, maybe you can go check if Brett Siegel mentioned Seth, because he would if he'd heard that. So the fact that, Seth is pretty skinny, pretty small, 6'3" guy, but we know this, super high IQ and can shoot. We've always gone with those guys, those type of guys, right? I'm just like, I'm okay with the fact that it's just hard to find 6'7" wings, 3-and-D wings. That's why we drafted Moody, and then we did not draft, unfortunately, Trey Murphy, who I actually wanted to pick that year. Go look it up on our website. I wanted Trey Murphy. Feel good about that one, but I've missed on other ones. I thought James Wiseman was not going to be a bust, for example. And we had a long talk about that, me, Dean, and Eric G, and it's going to be in the vault. It's going to be in the summit coming up, the Love Your Dub Summit. So Yeah, our 6'7" guys turned out to be Moses, and I mean Moses. You could argue in that draft was the maybe the third best wing in that draft. I mean, it's hard to compare Kuminga, but or fourth best. So you got Franz, Kuminga, actually in order: Kuminga, Franz, Trey Murphy, or Moses Moody, Trey Murphy, right? Maybe there's somebody else I missed, but yeah, not bad. Thanks for looking that up. But yeah,
Oh yeah.
what was I going to say? Yeah, it's hard to get 6'7" guys. It just is. It's hard to get really good 6'7" guys. That's why Ronito, we went after Paul George. Okay, so like, you should be happy that we went after Paul George, like all in on Paul George.
I'm glad we got Jimmy. If I'm being completely honest.
Yeah. I think I found the. Well, it's in the StreamYard library. Maybe that's the live stream. You got to find it, Dean. Your spare time, anytime you're not doing Summit stuff, go look up for the time when you. I mean, do it for yourself. Hello.
For what? What'd you say?
It's Jimmy Butler. Go find it. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's you, man.
No, I think I like it that you're just saying it every live stream. You know, no. It's pretty cool that you remember that, Rich.
Well, after we're done, I will save that, upload it, and you go look at that and see if it is. Even though, I mean, it's on there somewhere, but it might be easier just if I upload it. I download it from StreamYard because I happened to save it this whole time, but I don't know if that's the actual one. Because you did say that a couple times. We want to find the original one.
Yeah.
But it's in December. You could just go to
when I was fighting you guys, man.
Go to our studio, YouTube studio, go to the lives and click next page until you get to December. Then you'll maybe see one of them. But I'll download it from our StreamYard account here and then upload it immediately. And then you can just look inside of that.
Thank you, Rich. I will.
Oh, met Jeremy Lin. Good for you. Yeah, I did too.
Wow.
Oh, man. Google Jeremy Lin project classical. Oh, man. Oh, people have no idea. I should write a book.
You really should, man. You really should.
Every weird basketball endeavor path that I've ever gone. I've even talked to the secret right-hand man, the consigliere of David Stern back in the day. They wanted to get a Bay Area WNBA franchise. I've told the story before. And Graham MacPhail out here in the Bay, totally into it. He is a multimillionaire just out of his family business, but not quite wealthy enough to be able to, if you buy a WNBA franchise, you better have, a group of investors, which I'm sure Lacob brought to the table, but you're not spending more than 1% of your net worth on this project. Right. That would be crazy. So I think the asking price back then, we never really got an asking price, but then MacPhail never told me his net worth. So my guess was always that the actual asking price at the time would have been $8 million. And this is eons ago in the 2000s, $8 million for a WNBA franchise. And I think my guesstimate, and this was just based on me Googling around and estimating what the worth of whatever business he owned at the time. I estimated, okay, maybe it was, because I was in the venture capital business, so I estimated his net worth to be no more than like 32 million. you're not going to spend, and then his wife called me and he goes, no, we're not going to do this. And I wanted to, because I would have had a job. I would have been the, office manager of the WNBA Bay Area team, but it was never close. And Graham MacPhail, that guy is, it's hard to pinpoint. He has a very eccentric, very unique personality. It's hard to really, you have to have a lot of patience around him. It's hard to communicate with him well. He's very old school, but he has money and all of that, and he just loved women's basketball, below the rim basketball, and was always involved in the women's summer pro-am with John Greenberg out here, San Francisco pro-am. So that and the Jeremy Lin escapade that I went on, those are some crazy stories I've got. Yeah. So my WNBA Bay Area franchise story with Graham MacPhail. That's crazy. I mean, we went all the way to Connecticut. We went to the All-Star game, bumped into it was nuts. Cheryl Swoops, Tamika Catchings in the elevator, and a couple more that they introduced themselves, because the assumption from the players was always that you didn't know who they were, even though we're in the Mohegan Sun and we're here. Why else would we be here but for the All-Star game? So they comped us All-Star tickets and everything, and that was cool. I mean, they kind of, they gave us the schmooze, and then we went to talk finances, and we never really got a whole bunch of information, but they also never really got a whole bunch of information from Graham, who was talked a good game, but I don't think he had enough money. And we would have had to find a place as a home, and that was not easy. That was the biggest obstacle at the time. The WNBA even admitted it. Where would we play? Because we're not playing at Oracle, because it'd be half empty. So where are we going to play? And so I was like, how about, I don't know, Haas Pavilion? I don't know, Pauley Pavilion at Stanford? I don't know. Those are not ideal home arenas back in the day even. So that's why franchises like the Connecticut Sun were in a great position. I know now they're looking to sell and all that, but no, I mean, the arena inside the Mohegan Sun in the 2000s, that was brilliant, right? Way more brilliant than let's rent Pauley Pavilion. Not Pauley Pavilion, Maples Pavilion. Pauley is UCLA. Let's rent Maples Pavilion. And me being a Berkeley guy, I'm like, what about Haas? No, come on. People aren't going to go to Berkeley to go watch the WNBA and all that. So
that was the article, by the way, that you wrote about it.
The Jeremy Lin or the WNBA?
WNBA one.
Oh, wow. I wrote one? Dude, email that to me. Okay. What was it on Golden State of Mind?
No, Let's Go Warriors.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh la la. Cool. Well, I'm glad I documented it at some point. Let me know if you can find the other article. It's so my previous life now that I don't really want to have everybody read that article, honestly. But okay. You'll never believe who wrote it.
Oh, well, it's your ability to change that we love most.
The guy who wrote it is actually it's a pretty damn good writer. Oddly enough. Yeah, there's been a lot. Okay. We better get our, Warriors topic back on track here. And lucky for you guys, Starbucks was closed tonight early. Mercury won. Oh my. Mercury in the finals. Yeah, so Napheesa didn't play or something. Or I don't know. I'm asking you. Did Napheesa play? Talk about injury, right? Same thing. Ooh, isn't that ironic? Minnesota Lynx do not advance because of an injury. Minnesota Timberwolves advance because of an injury.
Crazy.
I don't know if that was a clean strip. What do you think, Dean? Let's do a poll. Was that a foul? I see the follow through is deemed inconsequential in the modern day. I think the follow through has something. Like if you may block Steph Curry, but then if you end up hitting his wrist, I think that's still a foul. So was that a foul? The steal versus Napheesa. Actually, the question really should be, should a call still be made after the steal or block? Think Steph gets blocked, but then hacked after. Yes. Yes, foul. No. Initial steal block. Is it? Or, I don't know, maybe abstain, etc. Because I'm not saying what is the rule. I'm saying what do you think should be the rule? Because if you think the rule should be the second one, no, yes, foul, my fault. If you think the rule should be steal, but then you like clock Napheesa's knee, is that a foul? I think it's a foul, but I know that the modern, it's just like in the NFL when you catch it and fall out of bounds and then the ball hits the ground. Oh, no good. I always thought that was good. I like the old rule. So I know I'm in the minority. Probably lose that one. What do you think, Dean? Yeah, Kimbo, clean steal. Yeah, I get it. I like the old rule, man. For that play alone, because Napheesa, you got the steal, but then you rammed into her knee, which then caused the sprained ankle. Oh man, I'm with Napheesa and Cheryl Reeve on that one, but I know I'm wrong per the rule book. I'm just saying change the rule book. Oh, I didn't see that part, the shoulder part. AT is a bully, yeah. You know, they didn't really call many fouls, so I think that was just a horrendous matchup for Minnesota because Phoenix knew it had to play physical. It can play physical. Alyssa Thomas is the strongest woman on the planet, or woman basketball player on the planet. And Minnesota ran into a bad matchup.
Man, I have no idea.
It's a tough one, isn't it? That's what we do here, Dean. We don't just do block or charge. We do PhD level opinions.
Look out, Rex Chapman.
Initial steal block. Hey, Kimbo, then you got to vote. You're losing the vote. Don't forget to vote. Or maybe you voted wrong. Maybe I worded it wrong. Should a call still be made? Yes, foul. Kimbo would say no. Initial steal block it is.
Gosh.
Kimbo, go vote. You're stuck on the fence?
Yeah. I am.
think maybe if you prefer physicality, then you will vote for Alyssa Thomas and therefore no in our pool. If you prefer more finesse, like I do, because I can see myself playing in the pickup game or Japanese league game and that happens to me, I want to foul. Because I don't know. No, I'm thinking about the Steph. Okay, got blocked, but then follow through, bam, hit your forearm. We've seen that before. And it's clean. Oh, Bruce. Yeah.
I think I like physicality in basketball.
Yeah.
But I think that while I understand them not calling it, I think there was an obvious knee to the leg.
Yeah.
The problem is though, look, if it was Napheesa Collier who hurt her, that'd be an obvious call for me. It'd be a foul. But when the offensive player is creating contact, that's where it gets really difficult, because Napheesa Collier is the one moving. And gosh, I don't know. It's a 4-point game. The Mercury are up 4. You probably don't want to call contact on something that's not sort of obvious. So I guess I have to stay on the fence and say I think it should have been a call, but also I totally understand the no whistle there. Because if you're a ref, it's just going to look like she fell down, and you can't send her to the line for 2 free throws.
It is hard to do that in real time. There's
Yeah.
no replay that. Yeah, I didn't watch the game, unfortunately, but case could be made that not a whole lot of calls were being made. I saw that in a tweet from somebody showing X's and O's and stuff. Pretty legit tweet, so I believe that person was probably right. They weren't calling much all games, so it got really physical, and then they interviewed before the next game Fever aces. Both Stephanie White and Becky Hammond said that the officiating could be better and hasn't kept pace with the improvement of the league itself. And I think that just gets back into just let the refs, just let the players and coaches have a say in the refs. I did that. I didn't so much have a vote, but I did ask around, which refs do you like? One ref we had, Charles Crawford, you might know. Somebody in Oakland might have heard of his name. If you're from Oakland, you might know Charles Crawford. He is very controversial because I think he has in the league that I ran in Oakland, because he would sometimes get on a soapbox, and people didn't like that. So I took that into account and gave him less games. He was mad about that too. I think the most important thing, if you're a commissioner, why not involve the players and the coaches in the process of your refs? How can you not? That doesn't make any sense. That part. Until they understand that.
Yeah, well, the Players Association, you would think, would want representation with that.
The league should make it a priority to make sure everybody's happy and not sit on its high horse in the ivory tower, never show its face in an AAU game to see how it's being officiated there, because the way they're officiating in the grassroots is just as important as how you're officiating, is just as important as how they're officiating on a dirt court in the Philippines, which is just as important as officiating the game on a dirt court in Democratic Republic of Congo, just as important as officiating at a youth academy in France, just as important. It's the same game. Like
Blacktop and Saginaw, maybe?
Blacktop and Saginaw. Like there's
Yeah.
various differences, but like there's a consensus agreement on what's a foul in every pickup court in the world. There's a consensus agreement.
Maybe there used to be. I don't know about that nowadays. Yeah.
People on the court will figure it out. What do you mean? I'm just saying that pick a dirt court in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The 10 people playing the game of basketball there, they're going to figure it out. What's a travel, what's not, and they figure it out by consensus.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe if their phones aren't out, they will.
If they're what?
If their phones aren't out, they will. If they're on, then I don't know.
What point I don't get it.
I just, I think there's such a fear of kind of this amorphous internet pressure coming down on you all the time that people are kind of frightened. Well, just I don't know, the public in general. This has to do with a lot of things. But, if you're a referee or if you're trying to figure it out on a court, when there's a recording side of it and the public pressure, especially when it comes to NBA referees or whatever, I think they're kind of frightened into covering their asses more than just making a bold play that they think is right. Feels very like.
Who's they? What are you talking about? I think we're talking about different things, but go ahead.
Referees and also, honestly, just the average person on the court trying to figure out fouls. I feel like there's a lot less ability to compromise or something. I don't know. And part of that
is the 10 guys and gals on a dirt court in the Philippines. By the way, the Philippines, they foul a lot, so it's a little bit different. But my point being, the 10 guys or gals playing on a dirt court in the Philippines, they figure it out by consensus, which means they involve everybody to say what's a foul and what's not that given day. The NBA doesn't do that. They do not get consensus. It's a closed room. You don't know what's going on. That's wrong. That's wrong for basketball. That's all I'm saying. That's not the same as how rules are determined on any other court in the world. All you need to do is open yourself up. Go to a dirt court in the Philippines and figure out how they find out what's a travel, what's not, what's a foul, what's not. It may be a different rule book, but the process by which they figure out the rules for that given hour of time, that process you need to emulate, and you're not emulating that. The WNBA, the NBA, WNBA is a reflection of the NBA. Adam Silver has no clue, but he does not love the game of basketball the way he should. That's fine. He's a billionaire. I get it. He makes money. That's important too. But his Achilles heel has always been that he does not understand grassroots basketball, where people figure it out based on that particular ecosystem. You've got to get the input of everybody in the food chain in that ecosystem, and they don't do it that way.
I'm saying even if you did, though, once you get 500,000, people threatening all types of crazy stuff on Twitter, and like,
what does that have to do with anything?
Well, you don't think the refs are under pressure from the NBA and from the people online who don't even know what they're talking about to do everything by the book and not read the game, in a more spirit of the law type of example? I'm saying, I'm sorry. I think it'd be difficult to get. What?
I'm at a higher level than that. No, but I know this.
I know you are.
I'm
talking about the refs.
This is a sophisticated argument, but like, when the refs are picked by the consensus, then it's fine. Your theory here, I've blown it out the water. We don't have to worry about that shit anymore because you've gotten consensus. The consensus is the people will determine the rules, will determine the refs. Therefore, the refs have pressure.
Now, how are you going to explain that to the fans?
Explain it to the fans.
Yeah, the calls that they're making.
Hey fans, I am Adam Silver. I got input from the players and the coaches on who I should hire as refs. Fans are like, yes, finally, Adam. Thank you.
But something has to change then, though.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, they can't just keep.
Adam Silver has to change. Yes.
Right, but what are the refs doing differently?
The refs are being picked
to do what?
By the players and coaches.
Yes, to do what?
They're done to run the games, and if they screw up, then the players and coaches don't want them. It's the same. It's not the refs. It's the system by which that got the refs.
Right, but I just like what would they do differently than the refs now?
There would be rule book changes.
Not interpretation, but like changing the physical rule book.
Sure, interpretation. You wouldn't have these weird rules that undermine the actual game. Just like Steve said, we wouldn't be calling this many fouls in a pickup game. Exactly. It's a systemic problem. It's an infrastructure. Who's in charge of the infrastructure? Adam Silver. Refs are not in charge of that. That's not their fault.
No, I wasn't suggesting that, but
so what would change?
That's an interesting point.
What would change is just we would recognize the game that is on TV and being officiated for billions of dollars like that. It would be an extension of what we see around the world, I think. No, it's a good discussion. I hear your points and all of that. It's good to think about all those different angles. It's really, I haven't never really talked about it at that level, but that's what I think is the problem.
No, I agree with you. There are a bunch of calls that happen over the season that just, I mean, things as simple as continuation calls, right? Where pick up a dribble, foul, the ref calls a foul, you haven't dribbled, but you took another step, and it wasn't a travel, and you make it, and you go to the line for two. And it's like, what? You know?
Yeah, that's where it's like, what was the secret agenda of that, leading back? And it's just
complaining about superstar calls, I would assume.
We need to be all on the same page and just make it more transparent.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that.
Instead of like, oh, we're emphasizing this. Can you tell us why? Like, don't be like, it's when you don't tell me why you're emphasizing something, it's as if you know the game better than I do. Stop that. So I don't even think Adam Silver realizes that. I'd love to just have coffee with the guy, and I'll see if he really cares. Because
we'll have him on the next summit.
Right? Yeah. Anyway. All right, we'll move on. Because that was getting really deep for some of you, I'm sure. Lost some of you there.
It's all right. Hey, man.
What else are we talking about? Oh,
it came from
you
the
love
WNBA.
Horford. Go.
I love Horford. Oh, yeah.
Bean diatribe on Horford. No, just kidding.
Oh, well, I mean, first
Bean loves Horford. And while you're telling people how you love Horford, I will now go and tweet the fact that you are explaining this.
Yes, sir. Thanks. Absolutely. I mean, first and foremost, the very first thing I think about Al Horford is that game one, man, in 22 in the finals. I know the Celtics as a whole, just as a whole team, they were on fire in that fourth quarter, but it felt like they were sparked by Al Horford, who just got every rebound and then spotted up and was able to shoot over everyone on the team and lit us on fire with that, and then obviously, huge games, huge Oh my goodness, I can't even remember how many conference finals he's been to. You know, there's a ton with the Celtics. I think he might have gone to one with the Hawks. But you know, he's older, but he's. I mean, he doesn't jump a lot, which is good, and he's a great shooter.
Keith
So
Smith on here. Keith Smith would
right,
love to talk about Horford. Let me email him right now.
yeah, that would be great. That'd be great.
Keep going,
Yeah.
the inside.
You know, Horford and Curry out there. Horford's ability to play pick and roll and not give up size and be a really good rebounder, you know, while spacing the court, either setting picks for Steph or you know, kind of two ends of the magnet type of thing, right? Where they're on the other side of the 3-point line from one another. I think it'll be a joy to play with him. Draymond, you know, Jimmy and Horford is really, really tough mentally and physically on both sides of the ball. But, you know, I think their defensive capabilities, should they be healthy, I think they should be, you know, really, really interesting to watch. And the biggest thing to me is I think that's one of the biggest archetypes of players that can help JK be more play more in open space. You know, we talk about that a lot with 3-point shooters, but with a guy who you know, JK was shooting fairly well on corner threes and shot really well in the Minnesota. I think he shot like 40% from three in the Minnesota series. But allowing him to play in open space more, you know, I think that will really opened up the court. We just didn't have, you know, BP, Buddy, yeah, but we didn't have the defensive lineup with that. And then, you know, we can play a really excellent shooting lineup of Seth, Steph, you know, Buddy, Horford, and another, you know, Moody maybe. There's lineups where we can go to that are just, you would expect would be, at least on paper, would be just able to rain triples all over the court. And yet you can play Horford with, as I was saying before, the kind of more big wing athletic type lineup, you know, that Steph, Jimmy, JK, Dre, and Horford. I mean, those guys are huge. That's a really strong, really good defensive lineup, and yet you still have shooting now, you know. So I'm really excited, very, very excited about Horford, and it's just another champion veteran, you know, with tons of experience in the locker room, and he's old. That's the only issue I can see. Oh, I heard, excuse me, I heard that he was a target if we didn't get KD in 2016. They were going to try and
Whoa, who said that? That's cool.
I think it might have been Bill Simmons was talking about that.
Dang.
Yeah,
Okay.
This is years and years ago. I can try and find it if you want.
I assume he has connections with the Celtics organization, actually. So.
Well, Celtics and I think the Celtics were also trying to get Kevin Durant as well, and they probably pivoted to try and get Horford in 2016. The free agency, obviously, 2016, obviously. Going into year 19 too, man.
Yeah.
See, I can't find it now because it's all about this deal that just happened.
And all I can remember is just all the times. 2022, right? We must have been. How many times were we just? It's like, dang it, Horford got us again. You know?
Oh my God, those corner threes, man! I thought they were. I thought I was going to tear my hair out with every time he just catch, and just no one can get to that release point because he's so tall. And he was battling with Looney, who was at his peak rebounding, at least for the Warriors, in 22, and even Loon, with those magnet hands, which I'm gonna miss. I'm gonna miss Looney's magnets.
We should look up his stats.
Yeah, absolutely.
BKRef.com, Al Horford, 2022 finals. Oh man, Dean. 6 for 8 in game 1.
Yep.
4 for 5 in game 6.
Other than not hitting one in game 2 and shooting 2 for 6,
17,
I mean, that's ridiculous. 75, 50, 67, 80.
15 for 24.
What are his rebounds too?
Hang on a sec. I got to put that in the timestamps. Oops. Horford was 15 for 24 on threes in the 2022 finals. Wow. Take that for data. Okay. What was your rebounds?
Yeah.
Oh, what? The per 36 must be out. 14 rebounds in game 6, Dean. 6, 8, 8, 6.
I was worried about him. I was worried.
Wow. He rebounded the hell out of us, man. I don't know what the per 36 on that is, but that's insane.
Well,
he played 39 minutes in game 6.
Yep. In 2024.
Yes.
On 30 minutes.
4 years later, though, but still, gosh.
It's 2 years later.
It's gonna be 3 going on 4.
Oh yeah. Wait, what? 2024?
We're in the 25-26 season. That was 21-22. So we're
no, in 2024. I'm about to read his stats against the Mavericks.
Oh, he shot 2022, man.
Yeah, I just want to tell you, he shot 47% from 3 and 63% from 2, and had 6.2 rebounds a game in 30 minutes. So
in 2024, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what about last 2024? Last season.
Yeah. Well, I was talking about it when they won the championship there in the finals. Shot 80, almost 90% from the line, 55% from 2, 36% from 3, which is down from 42% the year prior. Offensive rebound, 1.3 offensive rebounds a game, 2.1 assists, only 0.8 turnovers, 1.4 fouls. Hyper efficient, doesn't turn the ball over, good shooter, rebounds well, doesn't foul much. Okay, he's 39. All right. We'll figure
rebounds against youngster Orlando, game 2.
Orlando kicks the Celtics' ass a lot of times that season, too, by the way.
9 rebounds against New York. 34 minutes played. Wow.
Yeah, 3 offensive.
This guy, you think he'll make the Hall of Fame? Got a ring.
Does he have a lot of... I don't know. If he plays for any team, like national team, if he plays for the Dominican Republic national team, he's absolutely a Hall of Famer. I think... I don't know. See, here's the problem. Robert Horry isn't in the Hall of Fame.
Ooh.
He's got 7 chips. And
but you have to have regular season stats. And does Horford have regular season stats?
Yeah, some of the stuff he did with
that's
the Hawks.
When the writers get, the almanac people start to vote for the Hall of Fame people. It's like they write almanacs, so you have to have good stats.
Wait, wasn't he with Zaza
in Atlanta? Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's if I get Zaza for the summit, then I'll ask him tons of Horford questions, assuming they were together. Let's see here. Whole boatload of points.
Oh wait, no, he won 2 championships with Florida. He's a Hall of Famer.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Well, now that people are biased, you can vote on it.
Yeah.
Horford,
We hope we biased you in the right way.
Hall of Famer. Dean, you spoiled it. No, just kidding.
Oh, my man. Don't remove the team option. Just
Bruce.
Connor, you got 90 minutes, bro.
Bruce,
90 minutes of us talking about it.
Bruce is out. He went to Florida. He would definitely vote Horford for. We didn't even get to talk to him about that. Too bad. Yo, Bruce, what has he said?
Oh, he went good night.
Bruce loves Horford, right?
Oh, I don't know.
He's got.
I would guess he probably didn't like him when he was on the Celtics, but so
Yeah, but yeah, Bruce went to Florida.
Oh, I'm sorry. He went to the same university as Horford. I did. Yeah, I forgot that. He called AT a rhino, though. Maybe we can get Alyssa Thomas on the Warriors, man. Round out that veteran tough depth. Yeah.
I mean, in theory, but in reality, it's another speed. If each side was forced to play half court.
Well, they don't have to play half court. I think the ladies would outrun the men all day long. Yeah.
No.
Why not?
Disagree with you there.
No, just
speed is another level in the NBA. It's world class. It's
I know, Rich. I'm just being silly. I know.
Good. Then in that case, I'm saving your butt because you know how people are on the internet.
I don't care. Get off the internet. Go outside.
But then they won't be on YouTube then.
Oh, they'll be listening to us on their phones, Rich. There's no doubt about that.
Okay.
Yeah, again, we talked about the JKQO quite a bit tonight. And
Lacob will fold. That is my guess. That is my hope, but I could be wrong.
Get it over with.
Been wrong many times before.
Jeez.
We said this every time we've gone live. The only thing worse than JK taking the QO, and by worse I mean that's risky. What if he gets injured? He could end up injured and a minimum contract next year if something drastic happens.
And then he's relying on the Warriors themselves too.
That's a very bad choice. If that happens, then you look back and then go, oh, very bad choice. Just like Wiseman was a very bad choice, number 2 pick, right? But at the time, you felt like you had to do what you did.
Well, I hate to say it, it's a little bit like Schroeder turning down what was that, 80 million, 100 million, something like that from the Lakers. So
there's one thing worse than that, and that is Lacob allowing JK to do that because look at the cap sheet. I mean, if this number becomes 7.9 million, how do you can't trade that?
You'd have to package a bunch of other pieces alongside of him
it's too late really to get anybody. I mean, okay, well, Russell Westbrook is technically still available.
No,
you could get under the tax and make maneuvers to get him, but like, what are you going to do at the trade deadline? You have smaller pieces, smaller poker chips to make a trade that's really impactful. So to let this number essentially depreciate, you would be depreciating this number that is supposed to be 22 million, let's say, a $22 million trade chip at the very least. And then it becomes 7.9 million. Like that is worse. That is the worst thing you could do.
Bro, we are not getting another 22-year-old lottery pick who is legitimately able to be paid 25 million a year, who just came off averaging 24 points on 40% shooting next to Steph Curry, even if it's just for a trade. You can't just create that out of the blue. You can't. You know, we have to figure out how to either get JK just ready to go, and we're playing great. Everybody's playing great. He found his role, and there's a little bit more clarity from that role, from the coaching staff. Or we need to pump up his value and the number of teams that want to pay that amount, because it feels like he might be underpaid at 25 million, and want to trade assets for him. Like losing that salary slot. I mean, you would imagine JK wouldn't be very happy coming back on the qualifying offer either.
Atrocious.
Why would he be happy?
Management. That would be the worst. There's nothing worse you can do with the salary cap sheet like this.
Exactly.
Then make that 23 or less million into 7.9 million. There's just nothing more worse than that. So Lacob won't let that happen.
You would think so based on his history.
Yeah. And I think Aaron Turner knows that. I don't think he gets enough credit for actually knowing that. And you can dance around that. You never want to say that. Why would you say that? Piss off Lacob? Then you might screw that up for yourself. So don't say that.
As his agent, you mean?
Allude to that, yeah. As his agent. Don't go telling the public what I just said. Like that would be the worst salary cap management ever. Like this is like, it's like balancing your checkbook. Like you just don't do that. If you can make that line item 22 million and you actually let it become 7.9 million, that's like, no, that's your fault. Like
no, you're saving money, but you are, what other assets do you have really? We're going to package 7.9 with him and 11 with Mo and 3.5 with BP to get who? Kobe White? I mean, I think Kobe White's a good player. I do. I think he'd be on the offensive end, he'd be awesome. But packaging 3 young players like that, wow, I don't know. Again, like you said, Rich, that's just totally mismanaging your cap, in my opinion. And I don't think we're going to be proven wrong about that. It's just way too big of a risk to take. Risk management, the reward is not a big enough payoff. It's just not.
I would have to really rethink everything. I'm just
I know.
Do I really understand anything here? So.
We'd have to see if it happened. I mean, I don't even talk about it. Because we'd have to see, like, oh, maybe it will work, and then it probably won't work, But I guess crazier things have happened in the NBA, But why, man? Why even have that pressure? Why even bring this negative energy into the tournament, dude? Why even have that dark cloud hanging over the locker room anyway? What's the point? Let's just get it over with.
Yeah, and
it'll be fine.
I understand. I get why Lacob is dragging this out, and why Kuminga is dragging this out. But mainly, I think it's Lacob. Like, have we figured out, Dane, just what is the advantage? What is the real big thing with team option versus play option? If you are Lacob or / Dunleavy, like, what is the big deal there? So I think it's just
I guess.
negotiations.
Yeah, I guess one of them though is that the second year he would be playing for a contract again. That could be a motivational factor, making him play to pick up the option rather than him having the ability to pick it up or not in this third season. I don't worry about that as much with Kuminga, in part because he's not an American, and I don't know. International players, they don't tend to make it to the NBA outside of the I played in AAU, but outside of the normal, I don't know what they're putting these kids through, but they're not producing guys with the level of mental toughness that you would hope for, and the whole idea that Kuminga is going to get the bag and then put his feet up, I just don't buy that. I just don't buy that at all. Other than that, I guess just completely clearing your cap space and having the, another part of it though could be making, like, I hate to say it, but like forcing him to opt in. So you keep the salary cap slot and he doesn't opt out before your books are, well, let's see. Yeah. So he could opt out when the books are completely empty and you don't have any large contract. If you get what I mean, in 28, you don't have any large tradable contract or whatever it is to build around. That's going to be like $25 million a year in 2028, man. That's nothing, And if you really don't want that possibility, just guarantee the whole contract, and instead of a team option or player option, I mean, just 3 years, 75. I don't see what the problem is with that. It's not a large contract, The percentage of the salary cap that's taken up is going to be, if it doesn't work, okay, out of 230 million, fine, And it's barely a tenth of, it's barely a tenth of the second apron amount, by the time that season rolls around. And, Aaron Turner represented Victor Oladipo, and they really pushed the Pacers. I looked it up. They really pushed the Pacers hard, and whether you want to say that worked out or not, fine. But we know that this is the kind of agent who is going to go over and above to get what he wants and his client wants and all that. And maybe the Warriors just aren't used to dealing with that, But this is not a supermax for a guy who's, who only, plays 50 games a year and is 29. This is a very simple, easy, like, hey, do we have a usable contract for a very, very young player that the rest of the league probably values more highly in trades than as a free agent? And if anything happens, stress asset, make a case to another team, get something back? Or do we mess with this upcoming season? Have limited trade options and just all this tension and all this drama going into the season. I mean, just what's the point? They're not asking for the moon. Let's get this over with, man.
No, but I do understand why he's letting it drag out. Lacob, that is, like, that's just how you negotiate. This is master class in how to negotiate a deal. It's just necessary. It's game theory, Like,
yeah.
You don't, you move your chess pieces and you're patient on these chess moves. So you drag this out and you see if they blink.
They have been
blink,
patient.
You win. It's like, you know what it's like? It's like fourth down, 4th and 1. You're on the, your own 44-yard line. You see it all. You see it every Sunday. Kyle Shanahan, right? Get out there, hut. Try to draw him off sides.
What are we trying to achieve by?
Lacob is trying to draw Jonathan off sides a bit, and just make it no. We want the team option. Come on.
What are we trying to achieve though with that?
I'm telling you,
dominance. You're already the owner.
Negotiation tactic.
For what?
For getting the final deal that you actually want. You need to inflate this. It's just like the collective bargaining agreement. If you, the more issues that are hot buttons for the Players Association that are not these other hot buttons, then those are concessions, unfortunately. Oh, we don't want, that's why there's been back-to-back games forever. And, the scheduling is tough, is because those are items on the list that you just can't move as a major chess piece. But the major chess pieces are the ones that are going to win the battle. So like the Players Association can't really ever negotiate for no more back-to-back games, because the rest of the things are more financially related, and like there's just other fish to fry. So like this is a tactic for Lacob to make it a fish to fry. We're going to inflate the value of this option so that once you go, that means so much to me. Okay, I'll give it to you. But then, other things about this agreement, which there aren't that many parameters, but that's what I think is going on. Is like
I don't disagree with you. I disagree with the approach in this case.
The approach is the wait till the last minute. That's the whole name of the game. That's one of the major factors of game theory, is to just drag it out. Who can last longer? Who is less patient about it? And Kuminga is responding impressively.
Wars of attrition tend not to turn out well for either side, though.
Oh my God, Dean. This is just negotiations. This happened. This is a Wednesday in Silicon Valley. Do you know how many startups met with?
This isn't Silicon Valley, though.
It is for Lacob.
Oh.
So that's how.
Is that a good idea? Is that a good tactic?
Maybe not. Exactly. Maybe not. Yeah. But that's Lacob.
That's Lacob. Yeah, I see it.
That's Steve Kerr.
And to be fair, no one has ever pushed him like this before either.
Andre Iguodala did.
Not until October 1st. This is crazy.
Anyway, what's the difference?
Oh, well, it's just like right before training camp and all that type of stuff. No, I agree with you that I understand what you're saying about like what the venture capitalists saying in game theory and all that to an extent. But just it could be the second apron. It could be how close this contract is getting to the second apron. And it's like, well, if you want us to go over that, we need control. But well, it's a fascinating discussion to have, this game of chicken between the two. It's just like the cars are getting closer and closer. Are you just going to crash into one another, or, who's going to blink? Yeah.
Dean.
Rich.
Well, Siobhan said Dean. Yep.
Yeah.
Lunch. You gotta say Siobhan.
He always calls you, Siobhan! He always calls you Richie Rich, too, which I like. It's endearing.
Yeah, they called me that in grade school.
They did?
Yeah.
Nice. Did you like it or not?
I didn't like it at the time, but
you didn't?
I did actually like Richie Rich, the dude.
Yeah. I remember seeing that movie. man. Hmm.
Oh, I wanted to answer some questions. Connor Farrell's asking some questions. Thanks for not being Brandon Katz. I shouldn't have said his name. No, thanks for not being just like mad in your comments, obviously. And you're probably going, why would I be mad? No, sometimes people are really mad in the comments, but yeah, good questions, honestly. We've actually answered a lot of them throughout the months. So be sure to come back because we always talk about this stuff. So we just talked about the player option. And then you asked if there were holdups, if we could pay Horford more. Yes, but my cap sheet calculation somewhere in one of these, you see all these Google spreadsheets. I found out that, like, for example, there's a, here, I did it already. Here's the qualifying offer, right? There you go. Connor Farrell got a little bonus here. We could say, for example, it's just an example. You could pay Westbrook $7 million. You could keep Horford at the same level, but okay, then you can pay a little bit off of this and give it to Horford. You can swap.
How much is it?
7.1 million.
No, the total.
What do you mean?
The total payroll.
It's at the first apron.
Okay. So
that's if JK takes the qualifying offer. We're then under the tax without signing these guys. Then you say, I'm using the non-taxpayer mid-level, this one, to go out and get Horford and Westbrook. And let's say we give Horford 7.1 million and Westbrook 5.6 million, whatever. Westbrook, we think he can add value and he wants to come here because he'll get paid more than anywhere else because we're using the non-taxpayer mid-level exception. And this is how it shakes out.
And it doesn't have to be Westbrook. It could be any veteran who's still available.
Yeah, but I think he's the most attractive name on the market. But yeah, so that was an example of JK taking the QO. That's why I named this spreadsheet JK stays, and it's 7.9 million. You can't see that just yet, but here you go. Here you go. JK stays for 7.9 million. That's the name of the spreadsheet on this one. So I actually did that spreadsheet a while ago and I wanted to cover that. And he was asking about Trey Murphy. I also did a Trey Murphy scenario, and it was just super hard, if not impossible, because of the base year compensation rule. And you got to make sure the Pelicans stay under the first apron, I think it is. It's so hard. Herb Jones made way more sense because he makes way less. But they committed to Herb Jones, Trey Murphy. By the way, they committed to Kevon Looney for $8 million. You're paying Kevon Looney $8 million. That means you're going with that roster. You are going all in at least until February with the Zion, Trey Murphy. Who else they got? Looney, Jordan Poole. Thank you, Jordan Poole. Herb Jones. We just talked about it. Honestly, I like that team on paper. Whether or not they will mesh, that's another question. If they're all healthy, and then it's like Connor was like, Kings don't make sense. Actually, not just that, but the Monk deal, we tried that on a spreadsheet. Very difficult again. Not a surprise. If Trey Murphy is difficult with the base year compensation rule for JK, then Malik Monk is difficult as well. And by the way, Monk's contract kind of lasts a little too long in the context of Steph, Jimmy, Draymond, summer 2027. So that doesn't fit.
I still feel like we can just trade these guys away for pieces, though, if we really want to do that, you know?
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, it doesn't seem that hard to move on from Monk or whoever, or Kuminga, honestly, in the 27 offseason when we're trying to clear up space.
I'd sure rather have my trade chip be JK than Malik Monk. JK's
I know. I totally agree with you on that.
Yeah. So why even do the deal? There's that.
Well, no, I only meant to bring up the idea of clearing, entirely clearing your cap space. I always worry about clearing cap space. Like, we'll get rid of some players and hopefully sign one. Maybe not. Can't we just trade out the bigger contracts that we already have?
I don't know that it's that easy. I mean, you don't want to be stuck with a Malik Monk a la, stuck with, Malik Monk is a good player, but you could be stuck with depending on the contract. And Kings are somewhat stuck with it's probably comparing apples to oranges, though. Like a Zach LaVine is kind of stuck with. They're stuck with DeMar. Not saying that Malik Monk isn't tradable. I don't know. It's just I don't know. I'm a little concerned about his market value coming up. I mean, at the time that he signed, it's all relative, because during that time, that seemed like a good deal. Now you've played another season. Now I look at that contract and I'm like, I wouldn't want to be stuck with that one. Whereas just a year ago, I'd be like, that's a great contract because Malik Monk, but then it just didn't work out. Like, De'Aaron left. Maybe he just plays better behind De'Aaron, that kind of thing. I'm not sure, and I could be just making things.
I like Monk. He's 6'3". He's only like 27.
Yeah, he's not tall enough to be. That's the thing, I think.
But I also think, I found it surprising they didn't want Monk and even a protected Kings draft pick. Yeah. Of course, he's sending Kuminga over to the team right next door, and if he plays really well, that's the whole, That's why a lot of big trades are east-west, not interconference. You don't want to see them 4 times a year, and blah, 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 blah.
My problem with all these sign-in trades is like it not only doesn't make sense from the financial part and the transactional part. It's very difficult. Maybe the only clean one would have been like a Kobe White. But then the basketball side of it doesn't make sense to me, because I started at the top of when Ranito from the I think he's when Ranito put in the comments, we don't have any 6'7" guys. I'm like, guess who's 6'7"? JK. So why are you trading a 6'7" guy for a 6'4" guy?
I like Kobe White. He's like 6'5". He's very skinny.
You have the 6'7".
The defensive side is not.
Don't go down. Yeah. Keep going up. Keep the same height if they're pretty similar, value players. Like Kobe White, okay, you can argue that he's valuable here and there and make comparisons with JK. Okay, there's not one that really is way above the other, right? If it was I don't know, De'Aaron Fox.
Well, here's the thing with Kobe White. I like this game. He's a shooter. But after this season, we're going to have to pay him a lot more than $25 million a year. His contract's coming up. You know what I mean? And, he'll have suitors. I think even more than JK, just because he's a 3-point shooting guard. And it's like, as you said, 6'7", athletic, able to actually, again, JK is like the only player on the team who can routinely do contact dunks through traffic and get to the free throw line. Jimmy gets to the free throw line. I love Jimmy, but he's doing contact flip layups. He's not generally going through 2 guys and slamming it home. For $25 million a year, $25 million a year is not that much in the NBA.
Not quite that much. It's going to be about 22 this year.
I meant 25 averaged out over the 3.
Oh, okay.
75 over 3. Yeah. whatever. I mean, even if it's 28, 29 by 2028, I mean, I'm telling you, man, it's just not going to be that much of the cap, assuming the cap keeps going up, which everybody assumes all the time in every decision that's made. So yeah, gosh.
Yeah. So Lacob is doing what venture capitalists do, and they just can't help it. They love game theory. They're going to play it every single time. They're freaking addicted to it. So what JK has to do is sign the qualifying offer and push the paper across the table to Lacob. Then Lacob will fold. That's what I think will happen. And that's fine. As long as Lacob doesn't actually sign next to JK's and accept the QO, that would be mind-boggling. It'd just be mind-boggling. But if it does happen, I'd be like, okay, let's go then. Fine. Taxpayer, non-taxpayer mid-level. Let's go Westbrook hunting, and that's the next subject. Should we get Westbrook? That would be the next live after that.
Can I ask?
Whatever. We'll go with it. But I don't think that'll happen. I think Lacob will fold.
If JK signs the qualifying offer, he's not subject to the sign and trade rules, right? Because he's picking it up and not signing a new contract.
I'll say that again. I'm typing a comment.
If JK picks up his qualifying offer, he's not subject to the sign and trade rules like he is if he signs a new contract, right?
Sign and trade rules. What do you mean? What are you trying to do with them after he signs the QO?
Well, put him in a trade.
You're going to trade JK at 7.9 million. By the way, there's the implied no trade clause.
Yeah. No, I know that part, but just saying, like,
why are we doing this?
See what the options are. I mean, you never know.
That's why you don't let it happen.
I know. I agree.
Yeah. You're not trading JK for 7.9 million. I mean, I guess it's better to do that than let him walk.
Yeah.
Restricted free agent. But then now we're back to that'll never happen. Like that Lacob would never let that happen. Come on, no way. Yeah, so
craziness.
You're right. I guess, yeah, thanks for bringing that up because that doesn't make any sense. But hey, look, stranger things have happened. So like if that does happen, then that'll be the next live too. We'll be like, how can we trade JK?
Yeah.
And we can't because of the bird right thing that makes it an implied no trade thing. Is it implied?
Well, we'd have to trade. Yeah, I think it's implied. That's what Keith Smith
implied said. Because nobody would want them because they wouldn't have their bird rights. That's why.
Yeah. So they'd have to have space to sign him anyway. It's just, oh man.
He'd be a free agent all over again, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if he was traded, to the Thunder, if they're in the second apron or whatever, they don't have any space. They can't keep him. So.
I forgot to mention actually. So we didn't. Tim Kona, you're in luck. I forgot to mention that. I think a lot that's driving this, unfortunately for Steve Kerr, is that JK taking the qualifying offer is actually a realistic option for JK just out of his disgust for having these DNPs here, DNPs there, and what the ESPN article said. Let's switch it to Discord for the people that jumped on a little bit later. We excerpted Slater's article, and so let's re-look at that. And it says, it's down here in our every post, where I post every post that goes underneath here, which is curated. So we divide it up by player and by subject matter. Well, to make it easy for the VIP people who pay $5 a month. And they also get these live feeds, which are going to be important tomorrow morning for Media Day. But these every post ones, it's just a convenient way of aggregating all of these bottom ones. But yeah, so his side has described as years of confusion about his role and expectations. So if JK really feels that way, and he has every right to, then he'd be like, man, F you guys, I'm taking the QO. I mean, if that's a real emotional sentiment on his part, then that's the danger of Lacob letting that happen. Lacob can't let that happen.
Yeah, nip it in the bud and give him the
Do that,
player
like
option, man. I gotta use the bathroom real quick, Richard. I'll be right back.
okay. Guys, go read my article on why we need to get off JK's back on the whole. You need to rebound. You need to dive for the ball. You need to do this. You need to do that. Come on. There's two sides to every coin. Where the hell is that article? This is so confusing, the windows. Oh, it's on this one. It's on Orion browser. Yeah, I use a different browser. This one. Just go read the end of it. Yeah, there's that too. It's a business. Rasheer. I don't care if it's Rasheer Fleming. I don't care if it's Cooper Flag. It would be hard for any of these guys to fit with Steph. There's a certain type of guy that you need to fit with Steph. It's time for Steve and everybody, Steph, Jimmy, to evolve their games to be more inclusive. I think this stalemate with Kuminga, if that's not a beacon for everyone in that Warriors locker room to go, how can we be better? How can we, really Apollo 13, Ed Harris, he's at NASA, Houston, goes into a room, bunch of young NASA engineers, goes, we have X number of hours to make this device fit into this device because it needs to happen on Apollo 13 or those astronauts die. Now, that is an extreme example, but that's kind of what the Warriors need to do here. Because, look, Steph has, 2 more years on his current contract. The window's closing. Like, you got to figure this out, and you got to take what you have and make it better. So that's what we need. And honestly, I think Jonathan Kuminga fitting in this would be like Cooper Flag is a special player, so we can't really do that. But VJ Edgecombe. You know what's crazy? Oh man, now you got me going.
Yeah.
What's crazy is that everybody at Summer League, highlight VJ Edgecombe. Oh, wow. JK can do everything VJ does and more. So you got all these Warriors fan pages and this aggregate and that aggregate are just complaining every single day, and then VJ Edgecombe, like it's all about the fit with Steph. That's all it's about.
And you're not one of these guys.
So
you're not one of these guys who I've heard people, Warriors podcasters, whatever, YouTubers, saying like, oh, this just doesn't work. He won't fit. He can't. I've never heard you say anything like that. You've always believed that the fit with Kuminga can be worked out, right?
I've seen Buddy Hield set screens for JK, and that results in buckets. I've seen Steph do that. It was just the commitment to do that, and also with Jimmy on the floor. So everybody needs to evolve. Steve is a genius, but this year, Steve, I actually need you to be more than a genius. That's a lot to ask, possibly. But if you don't do it, then we're not going to win another championship. So you have to do it and give it an honest effort. Give it a try. And in fact, it goes back to last training camp. We brought in Melton. First of all, we lost Clay. Right. So we did what we thought was the best stopgap measure. Was we brought in Melton. We brought in Kyle Anderson and Buddy. We wanted to make that fit. It was looking great. Melton completely bottled up Harden. It was only preseason. I'm sure Harden did not care. And it was the first game of the season, preseason. And then things were going well. Melton had good games. During that whole time, I noticed in the behind-the-scenes videos, JK is on his own working on stuff with it, but it's always JK's working on his own. He was deliberately put on the back burner because Steve wanted to focus on integrating Melton, Kyle, and Buddy. This training camp, he damn well better be focusing on Kuminga. You know what I mean? So, that needs to change. So you notice these things.
Routinely been our second leading scorer when he's healthy, even with Jimmy. At least per 36.
And yet, even though JK was neglected during the training camp, he did get his opportunity, and he was great. He ended up with 3 great games, then sprained his ankle, and then we know what happened after that. But I thought he was great for those last 3 games, and so it still worked even though he was neglected in training camp. But now, just come on, just try to make him fit.
Just do it, man. Yeah. Not to be Nike, but yeah. I think one difference that I'm realizing listening to you, Rich, is there's a difference between Kerr's theorem, his theories on how the game should be played, and applying that in practice to the best talent that we have available. Because his X's and O's and the triangle and the motion offense and all that, it's just incredible. But we have to fit it to the players we have, not the ideal players in the league, And you just got to do it with Jonathan Kuminga because he's too much of an athletic talent, offensive talent, to pass up on, right? Got to figure out the practical way to apply that, right? I'm sure.
Andrew says, I love Kuminga, but his game has not matured enough to play with these experienced players. How about these experienced players have not evolved beyond their elite level that they are already, to include Kuminga? But that didn't really happen. There wasn't enough time last season, so I'll give him a break.
Kuminga has never had a stable role or stable minutes on this team.
But at the same time, we're not saying Kuminga is free of responsibility. Yes, he can do all these things. So this is very complicated.
Oh yeah, he needs to adjust his game too. Absolutely.
So I just you can't be on one side or the other. If you're on one side or the other, I automatically think that you haven't really looked at everything. So I think everybody, because then you'll see, I'll look bad because you'll be on JK side, and then I'll say, but he didn't do this, that, and the other thing, and then the guys that are against JK or need him to do more, I'll also point out the other thing. So I keep on pointing out the contrarian view, but it just leads you to the bottom line, which is everybody needs to be better. And that's how you get this thing to work.
Well, consistent minutes and a consistent defined role, I think, would go a long way in seeing how much improvement or not JK is making. And thankfully, one of the things I've heard is that JK is a very hard worker. That seems to be coming from everyone, you know. He really puts in the time. He really puts in the effort. And I also think at least Draymond and Jimmy really have his back. Steph, of course, you know, I love this about Steph in that he's always very cautious to throw his weight behind guys too much because he's the superstar and he wants to do the opposite, I think, of the player GM type of deal. But having not given it really a chance, let's just give it a chance. You know?
Yeah, I think
let's try playing him consistent minutes, consistent role every game, starting, mostly closing, you know.
Yeah, it's for me, it's like because I just said Lacob is Lacob. He can't help it. He loves game theory. He's going to take this stalemate to the end, all of that. But I also trust that Steve, Steph, Draymond, Jimmy, and Kuminga will get together and they'll figure it out. They have to. So I trust they will, and I'm confident that Steve will. So I think we were both kind of leaning more towards, hey, fit him in, because a lot of people in the comments have come in and the first thing that they've said is, hey, JK needs to do X, Y, and Z better, like rebounding or the little things and this and that. And so we're always trying to balance the scale. So if you step on this side of the teeter-totter, we're going to step on that side to balance it out. That's just how we are. So we're all about balance.
Honestly, I feel like there are two kids on the teeter-totter that are bouncing wildly, and I'm a parent trying to make sure they don't fall off. Slow down. Just wait a minute. Don't jump from one side to the other, you know. Because the febrile nature of the conversation around this has been really weird too. And people are like, JK sucks or Steve's an idiot. It's like, calm down, okay? Steve knows how to coach. JK has a lot of talent. All right? It's just, you know, no, we want to fight all the time. We want to say that Lacob's a terrible owner or that Steph isn't doing enough. Like, gosh, you know, we finished the season with Jimmy Butler playing excellent, and we won a tough 7-game series against a really good Rockets team that people are now, of course, since we beat them and they're young, well, I don't think we're ready yet. That's not what you were saying when the series happened, though. You thought they were going to kill us, and that's not what happened. And we can add JK on top of building off of that last season. That's got me excited, as it normally does, around a Steph Curry-led team. And that's not what people want. It's unbelievable. They don't want to be excited for the team they're rooting for. I genuinely don't understand that. LoveYourDubs.com.
Yeah. So
exactly.
We're trying.
Let's
take a look at LoveYourDubs.com. Here we go. Let me go back to the homepage. Nope. I got to relog in. Great. So let me change the, let's do this.
Yeah, there we go. Don't need to give away your password there, Rich.
I hope this is, I don't even know. Yeah, so love your dubs, man. Truly. There we go. This is the vault from Love Your Dubs Summit, which is right here. Let's do this. The Love Your Dubs Summit. So loveyourdubs.com. I need to somehow change the wording. Start course is like, it's not a course, but
Enter.
This is Steph Curry running down the tunnel. It's very hard to see, so I need to change that. Need to blow it up a little bit. So let me put that in my notes. Change the welcome thumbnail. Thumbnail. Okay, this is a welcome thing from me, but okay, we called this the vault because, and we are at the 2:21 mark. 2 hours and 21 minutes, gosh. Loveyourdubs.com sneak peek. What should we talk about? Should we go give them a little bit of IG? Oh, is it not?
That'd be great.
Yeah. Is it not published? Or, show more. Show more. I'm pretty sure it's published. It was last time. Page 2, people.
I didn't unpublish it, I hope.
We got Dance Cam Mom, got Paul Wong of We Believe. We put the old one from February of John Pajemski. Aaron Wilson of Cron, Danny Emmerman interview, Daniel Hardy of Dub Nation HQ, Tim Kawakami, Aaron Showtime Taylor. There goes IG. Coach Nick of B-Ball Breakdown, which somebody mentioned in the comments. Here's the thing about the Coach Nick thing. It was just one play. I'm going to say that. Like, okay, yeah, Steph was frustrated that one play. JK missed the corner guy, missed Steph on that play. Look, we've had that. It's something to work through.
Ooh.
And we'll work it out. But just because of that and what we saw in the season and maybe analytics with Jimmy. Wait, didn't Coach Nick say actually JK, Jimmy, Steph was actually a pretty good combination?
There wasn't much difference in the offensive rating. It was the defense that looked a little iffy, but that was...
So I think there's hope.
Weighted by a Lakers game that was already decided. Shivansh is asking if he doesn't get the discount price, does it go away within 20 minutes?
Yep, it goes away. Look, yeah, it's gonna be good. Look, you'll be happy with it. Honestly, there's a money back guarantee. There is. So
you won't. Shivansh won't ask for his money back. It's unprecedented. It's really. It doesn't have a precedent.
Money back if you really thought that you weren't transformed by all of this. It's insane. The more you watch these, the better you feel about the team that you picked to root for, because you're gonna say to yourself, damn, I picked the best to any sport. Include soccer. Go ahead, include. I dare you.
Oh yeah.
You cannot. You're not getting this. Dub Nation is. There's no Dub Nation. Actually, I don't know this because I haven't done the research. There could be a Dub Nation in soccer somewhere, so I could be wrong about that. But It's just
There's
the
not
area.
a Love Your Dub summit in soccer.
The Bay Area is so special.
Yeah.
So yeah, got to talk to
California overall.
IG gave me the peace sign. Let's give him the video from loveyourdubs.com. My Kajabi, same thing. Loveyourdubs.com, easy to remember. We had to run it on my Kajabi, and it was my domain name. Don't ever buy from Cloudflare. They suck. I mean, they try to do good things. When you buy a domain name from Cloudflare, you will regret it. Just do the usual GoDaddy or whatever. My domain. Here we go. We've got some really good content here. Inside of our vault, look at all these. Guess how many speakers we have so far, Dean?
I thought I heard you say 36. Is that right?
36 speakers.
That's unbelievable, man. It's a testament to you too, Rich. Like, I don't think you guys understand that when you come to this channel, it's not just Rich, like, this is what I think. I like basketball, which is great. That's what I do. Can't knock it much. But Rich has connections. He knows what he's talking about, and he understands journalism from many different aspects. He understands, obviously, the live stream and communicating with you guys, but he really understands how to talk to people who know basketball, who don't just watch it. They're involved with it. They're Kawakami, Coach Nick, Kalena, as you mentioned. I mean, reporters and staff members have been on the team for years and decades, and they respond to Rich because they know that it's there to make everybody benefit. It's not a gotcha piece. It's not an argument, although we will have our own opinions always, of course. But it's like, this is masterclass level content on the Warriors, certainly, basketball definitely, but also just like what expertise looks like.
So let's take a look at those guys, because you got Franco Finn here. Take a sneak peek of Franco. I always appreciated the homage to the Bay artists. Right. Like every game, you will hear local artists.
No, that's my thing. Like, I get a lot of music from a lot of artists, and that pregame is a good time to break those artists, because the Bay Area is home, and you want to keep that sound and that vibe going. It's just a good time to do that. You know what I'm saying? So
thank you, D-Sharp. I want to hurry up and go to Glenn Robinson. Wow, that guy's the nicest guy, man. GR3, Big Dog's son. One of the nicest human beings on the planet.
And I enjoyed the time I got to spend with him. But as I got older, I realized how much of an impact that he's had on the court, how much of an impact that he's had in my life. And it's pretty crazy to think about. I think if it was social media now, he would be up there with guys like KD, with guys like, I don't want to say LeBron James, everybody's going to go crazy, but he would have that type of stardom to this day.
This is your opportunity for everyone listening on here right now. I promise you, you'll wish you were at the first summit, because the second summit's going to be crowded, man, and you won't be able to get your questions. At least that's what we're trying to do. So, yeah, absolutely amazing.
Yeah, thank you, Dean, for doing that. Good for you to take a break real quick. Like, Dean has been editing all of those videos I showed you, and Dean has been just amazed by the, I don't even know what word you use, high vibrational stuff with these guys. Let's look at Franco. Let's pick a spot in the Franco one. I don't know, right here.
it was small. And it was like, it was supposed to be me and this lady that was driving me. And she was so sweet. And she was, and she let my family, we all piled in this vintage convertible, and
he's talking about the parade.
Walking out. As a matter of fact, I was behind you most of the time.
I think so.
Yeah.
I was out on the streets, to be honest, on that one, because it was my, I'm a San Francisco guy, so I wanted to walk the streets, and I was, it was a different layout than the other years. Yep. So I really wanted to just soak it in and walk on Market Street, because I've been on many parades all up and down Market, but not for the Warriors chant. The first in San Francisco was special for me, moving in the new building, because we had to get that out of the way.
Had to get it out of the way.
Yeah. Because think about it. When we opened the building in 2020, it was the pandemic. We didn't even have a full season.
Right.
So there's a little. Let's go back to IG. Let's give you a little taste of IG. Man, I hope Dean edited this good. Let's see. Randomly, here. I don't know. Click for sound.
For industry and like you trying to build.
You waited on it. Can you take us through that process a little bit? Because I think it's important. Like everybody has their own way. Some people might use a different word than prayed on it, but it's still, you can say meditated on it. Okay, so here IG said that I can't give it all away, that he has some content of JK and he decided to wait on it and he prayed on it. So I wanted to peel the onion a little bit more on his process of the distribution of content that he sometimes goes through.
Yep.
And I think actually that's really important to put your thoughts into an emotionally regulated state and be able to think of things. So I've been really like thinking about that more lately, even doing the summit. There's some things, a lot of moving parts in all of these things that we're doing. And I've got to like kind of surrender to that sometimes. So can you tell us from your vantage point about that specific part of your process? Because about that.
Kind of to really elaborate on it, just like I said, like coming in the video world and like photography, videography industry, and like you trying to build a story or build a brand out, you don't want to rush the process. Because like even like I'll say it like this, like for example, like I wanted to put stuff out last year or like last summer, but the way you got to see how the season is and you want to see how the story can be told. Like,
yeah, so that is honestly, I can't keep playing that because there's some stuff in there that is exclusive. So I actually should put that in the timestamps. Exclusive sneak peek of Gibou Njie, I think is how you pronounce it. I probably pronounce it wrong. IG, there goes IG. JK's photog, media guy. And we're going to wrap it up, but really just okay, so questions about Melton. I mean, if he sucks, then he sucks. Like you're halfway to saying he sucks already. I know I'm being a little harsh. I don't know, man. Back off of Melton, man. You're supposed to be rooting for these guys. An inch of doubt becomes a foot. Like if you bleed the blue and gold, just trust, man. You gotta like, why wouldn't you trust? Trust it. Just ride or die. Support Melton. Don't doubt him. That's what he would want from you. That's how you got to be on these interviews with the guys. This IG isn't going to let me interview him if he didn't think that I supported JK through and through. I'm sure the article helped. Probably read the article. You got to support your guys. You have to look at. You have to be aware of your your survival instincts of fear kicking in, yeah, that's fine. But just be aware of it. And then you can reverse it. And then you can go, oh, what am I worried about? Nah, I'm rooting for my team. So I'm going to assume Melton's 100%. And if he's not, then he's not. Then, so what? I'm still rooting for him. It's kind of like that. Who else did we pick up? We had 9 guys. That was the talk of the whole summer. Oh, we only have 9 guys, so number 10 will be Horford. Number 11 will be Melton. Number 12 will be GP2. One more time. Free Discord has all this info. You guys should really sign up for this. Really, it's cool. Like, it's all on here. Discord, Let's Go Warriors, free. Horford was 10, Melton 11, 12 is GP2, 13 is Will Richard. Is that right? 14 is JK. That's the assumption. 15, one guy has a source that said it's going to be Seth Curry, or at least they're trying for it. So I included that on the Discord. Now, this source, I've said it before, said it at the top of the stream, 50-50, maybe 51-49. He's a young kid. We don't know yet. I put him on there anyways. Give him credit. No worries, no worries. Horford, yeah. So Horford. So yeah, I just named them all. So Seth Curry, maybe. That'd be the 15th, because look at the salary cap sheet.
Yeah, plus Kuminga.
It's all packed now.
And
One last look.
Will Richard.
Here's the cap sheet, and we've got Steph, Dre, Jimmy Dre, JK, Mo, Buddy, BP, TJD, Gee is number 9. QP is the 10th? Or did I start it on 1, 2, 3? Oh, JK I have as 4th. My fault. Just in terms of salary here, look at this one. In terms of how big the salary is listed by that. And then you go down to QP, and then I've assumed JK the whole time. So Horford after that, Melton after that, GP2 after that, Will Richard after that. Boom, that's 15 slots if you put Seth Curry in there as well. So this order of guys is mostly by size of salary, and then all the way down to QP, and then we're signing these guys. So I've still got JK way up here. So that's just my preference in the hierarchy of stuff. And then you can look at, this is the exact second apron. So this is exactly the most money we can pay JK this season. Cannot be higher than 23.47 million. So it'll probably be a number lower than that. And you can backload it, make it ascending to reach whatever number you want. So
it's a pretty good roster too, right?
So get Bol, yeah. But where is Bol right now? Didn't he sign somewhere? Let me check our Discord. The best thing about our Discord, you can just search. search and server bowl.
Looks like he got cut by the Suns.
Okay. Would you rather have Bol or the question is Seth Curry? So that is the question.
Oh, I love Seth.
I know you're biased. You like Seth. I might try Bol because I like size.
I like Bol too, actually. I think he's interesting.
We're talking about the 15th guy on the team, literally. So,
yeah,
it's not going to move the needle all that much, but we'll see. You know, NBA regular season has evolved into a marathon, and you can go pretty deep in your roster due to injuries and stuff. So, especially us being old up top. So, yeah, I think I would go get Bol. I don't know. I got to think about it some more. I like height. I do.
Yeah, if you're talking Will Richard versus Bol, yeah. If it's Seth Curry, I think he's too valuable for me.
The IQ, yeah, I get that.
Well, also just when Steph is out, Seth is going to be in. He's not Steph, but the three-point shooting, running off screens.
Okay.
He's not a bad passer.
All right, two-way, Bol, two-way. But no, you said if you're talking about Seth or Will Richard, Will Richard is
Bol or Will Richard.
So it's not going to be Will Richard, FYI. It's either Seth or whoever you're talking about. Let's pick up as the 15th guy. Will Richard is the 14th guy, so he's in. That's been reported. Maybe hasn't signed yet, but can sign pretty soon. Actually, out of all these guys, between Horford, Melton, GB2, and anybody else, Will Richard is the no-brainer for signing. Let's just sign him now because that's a rookie contract. $1.272 million doesn't get lower than that.
It's as cheap as you can sign a player to a full contract.
So,
absolutely. Second rounder minimum.
Once you've decided to,
we do always have a nice competition for the 15th spot, though, between signed and our two-way players and any free agents and stuff like that. That's always a fun little part of the season, you know, in my opinion. But the thing that stands out to me is that this is just, you know, with Seth on there, and it's just a pretty good roster, man. You know, I mean, especially if JK's bought in, Steve Kerr's bought into making it work. I just think
I need to find.
I've been wrong before, though. You know.
I need to find a game theory interviewee.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
And he'd be like, "Guys, duh. This is what you do." Nah, I don't know. I could be wrong about that. That's my guess.
No, you could always go to another Warriors channel that has a game theory guy on it talking about, you know, Joe. Oh no, that's only here. Yeah, that would only happen on this channel. Right. I forgot.
You guys are watching me DM myself the screenshots. That was 9:59. Thanks for the comment. I think it's time to turn in, Dean. We've been on for a while.
It's midnight, Rich.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Didn't even realize it was exactly midnight. Yeah. Go to loveyourdubs.com, people. Really.
Yeah, it's 3 4-letter words. You'll figure it out.
It's guarantee you will not be disappointed because it's just the guys that I got to talk to are just so awesome. Everybody.
Guys and gals. Yes, sir.
Guys and gals. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Connor. Hope you join us. We'll just keep going live. We've got to, because the one thing that's really hard to do is to let people know that we have this vault. That's the hardest part.
Exactly.
Even though this was hard to get together. Let's see. You know what I'm doing next on Instagram? I hope I can stay up and fight sleep. But Karrie Larson of the Warriors dance team was freaking incredible. Let's just pop in anywhere.
I haven't actually listened to this one yet.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the answer.
Love it.
Oh, what did I
We
say?
notice because we know our routines.
Oh,
routines, you know,
man.
cleans, you know, if
This
we go
will be in the
cleans,
summit, so it's kind of like free
you know.
content anybody, but it is a thing that I learned.
It's kind of like basketball. Like, oh, that guy forgot to screen that guy, but most people don't see it, you know. So I'm just curious. I just can't help it, you know, being kind of like analytical. How do you guys ever mess up, if ever?
Yeah, you know, thank you. I feel like with the level of talent on Warriors dance team, I think it would be really hard to find our mess ups, to be honest.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
They just don't mess up. That's the answer.
Love it.
We notice because we know our routines really well. So like I said, when I was explaining like the different cleans, you know, if we go back, our coaches always tape the routines for us and then send them.
They're called cleans. There. You learned something today. Who knew that? That's unbelievable. We now know. So now, if you ever meet a Warriors dance team member, you can impress the hell out of her by saying, "How are your cleans?"
To us right away, so we can watch us kind of like film, you know, in any sports. Like we're definitely reviewing our routines and reviewing things like that. You know, I would say maybe a mess up would be like being on the wrong line and having to like find a different spot or something like that, or just a different clean, you know, being the angle being a little bit off or your level being a little bit off. But because, you know, this organization just puts so much, I would say, energy into practice, it's really hard to find a mess up. So yeah, I mean, even when I go to the games now and I watch the team, like, I don't notice anything. The only time I will maybe notice is if I'm like, you guys did amazing. And then they're, you know, one of my friends will be like, oh, did you notice I did this? And I'm like, no, not at all. So it's more kind of like anything in life, right? It's like internally we have a certain standard for ourselves. And so if we're not hitting that exact standard, even if externally people don't notice, it's more of like an internal battle that we go through.
Karrie Larson was incredible. The reason why we have her in the summit is because I noticed that she's like an internet entrepreneur, which fits very well with the summit because then we can help promote what she's doing. And by the way, go check out at Serving Sundays on IG. That's where you can see her. That's the name of her company. So yeah, thanks for hopping on, Connor Farrell. And yeah, just give you a sneak peek there. Check Instagram tomorrow. I'm gonna do another Karrie Larson snippet, and it's gonna be great.
I can't wait to use that during the season. By the way, Rich. You know, hey, the Warriors are behind only by 5 points. What we need to do is we need to get our cleans. We have to get our cleans. Come on, Steph. You're not getting your cleans on the line. And people are going to be like, what are you talking about? We're going to be like, you didn't go to the summit. You didn't go to the summit.
Ah, Dean, you're the best, man.
You're the best, man.
We got to clip that. It's another 2 hours and 48 minutes of footage on my hard drive that I just need to clip that last part, but that's amazing.
Rich was astounded that I had any memory left in my computer.
Yeah, the creative writing major has 300 gigabytes available on his laptop. In case you didn't know, let me check mine. A guy that does video for a living.
Oh God.
He will constantly have 50 gigs available only, which is actually that's a lot. Usually I have less than that. But yeah, 1 hour video is going to be like 2 or 3 gigs, probably 3 gigs. So it's tough to. So good thing that we have a creative writing guy on our staff because it helps out with the available memory because you're always writing your poems.
How many videos do you think you have published on Let's Go Warriors, Rich?
Oh, I hope you looked it up because now I can just guess, right? 24?
No. Let's Go Warriors.
Oh, Let's Go Warriors. Oh my gosh. I don't know. 5,000?
On YouTube right now, it says 11,859. And you guys don't subscribe, man. We're gonna hit 12,000 like within a few weeks. Come on.
Oh man.
11,859.
Wow. Thank you for that, Dean. I need to send that over to someone in the NBA that has 11,859 points.
Oh, okay. Let's look it up.
Oh, you can look that up. Sweet.
Points. NBA. Yeah, career leaders and records for points. If you had 1 point per video, Rich. Oh no, it only goes to 250. And that's Michael Thompson actually with 12,810. Yeah, you're close.
I gotta send that to him.
Yeah. That's perfect. Isn't it? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I don't want to leave on a bad note, but Cleanse says people are complaining about Horford. What could they possibly be complaining about? We went over
Please yet, Cleanse.
The timestamp was 1 hour 25 on this live stream, but Horford was 15 for 24 on threes against us in the 22 finals and 47% on threes against Dallas. Was it Dallas? Yeah, Dallas
24.
In the finals when they won. And last year was this past playoffs was pretty impressive as well.
Yeah.
Dean, all right. Thanks for doing this marathon with me, Dean. It's fun though. Talk about all these things. Appreciate it.
Well, this is exciting news for me.
Horford's a Hall of Famer. Cool.
Yep. Wow, come on. 2 finals in the NBA, 2 college championships. You know,
people are back, Dean. Man, after so many lives that didn't even have you.
It's only gonna get more and more.
Me, Bruce, Pinky, and 2 other people in the world. And then now we're back to like 30-ish concurrence, which is nice. I mean, we did. Now it's only 12. But yeah, love your dubs, man. Love your dubs.com.
Oh, we won a bronze medal at the FIBA Americas Championship in 2011 with the Dominican Republic national basketball team. He's a Hall of Famer, 100%. He's going in the Hall of Fame.
Incredible.
The international guys plus the college championships, NBA champion, played 19 years in the league. He's in the Hall of Fame, bro.
Yeah. We got another Hall of Famer, man.
We got another champion. Forget that. We got a champion. Let's go.
If we can get Jimmy Larry, then he'll be in the Hall of Fame. So
I think he's a Hall of Famer too, but man, that ring on Jimmy Butler's finger.
Well, I mean that would solidify it.
No,
that
yeah.
Right.
Gotcha.
No doubt.
Yep.
Right now he's on the cusp, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Probably gets in, but on the cusp. And
you imagine Jimmy Butler holding Larry O'Brien in a number 10 Warriors uniform.
Speaking of number 10, I was just thinking Tim Hardaway's in, and did he win? I don't think he won a championship, and he did a lot.
I thought he won a championship with the Heat in 06.
Heat 06? No, that's way too late. That would have been his 23rd year in this league or something.
No. Yeah, you're right.
You're way off.
He retired in 03.
Yeah. So Tim Hardaway's in. Then Jimmy Butler's in for sure. So we actually have 4 Hall of Famers on our squad. That's amazing.
5, isn't it?
Well, Steve Kerr, you mean, is 5?
Wait. Well, you say Jimmy Butler's on the edge, but not counted?
He's in, but then I
Horford
counted.
and
Who am I
Steph,
missing?
Jimmy, Steph, Jimmy, Dre, Horford. Oh yeah. Sorry, it's late. My bad, Rich.
All right, everybody go to loveyourdubs.com. That's all I want you to do. Just go there and watch the video. Loveyourdubs.com, watch the video. Thank you, Dean, for the way that you said what you said in the video. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh, man. Are you ready for this? Man, I have to go get me a frap before the live because I'm pooped right now. And we didn't even have media day today. Tomorrow we're gonna have media day. It's gonna be
We're gonna have
nuts.
so many people that are gonna learn about the summit, though. You know?
Yeah, you're right.
Think about that. They're about to discover one of the greatest things in basketball media. I'm not kidding.
It's the vault, my friends.
The vault.
The
Love
vault.
your dubs.
This
Seriously.
vault is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Look at all this. Kalena. We didn't even talk about Kalena Azubuike. Bram is awesome. Bram is just a great speaker. And Nick Haas, he tries his best with the Warriors for life. And he's so passionate about that. He's probably the least famous guy. And yet Warriors for Life is used to have 80,000 on the Facebook page that they had. Yeah. So all of these, Dustin Cannelin, the guy who created the town jerseys. I interviewed him for an hour. Why? Because he had story after story after story.
He was I'm not normally into fashion, but his story was really remarkable.
Oh, trophy hunting. Oh, guys. All of these. And then Dean loves this one with EJ Kushner, who is Buddy's agent. Well, he works for the agency that Buddy is represented by. Right. And Dean just loved the stories about him being an agent. And then there's Noah Lack, who is a financial guy. Mm-hmm. His client is Moses Moody, one of his clients, Dance Cam Mom. John Pajemski, Aaron Wilson was super nice. You just never know. Oh, this new gal in the Bay and this Memphis accent but she embodies Dub Nation, even though she's objective, right? Yeah, and she is from Memphis, but just being part of the family, the family.
Nobody could have gotten these people other than you, Rich. I'm telling you.
Well, thanks, man. Danny Emmerman, he's good. He's so good. Daniel Hardy, we talked about Tim freaking Kawakami. He doesn't do these things all that much. You go try and get Tim Kawakami. Go ahead. Go try. Yeah. It's hard. IG. There goes IG. Who gets IG? IG literally said, "You're the only one I've done an interview so far." I'm like, "Thank you, man." And he's like, "No problem. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you." Coach Nick. Man, I love Coach Nick, man. That's the thing. Me and Coach Nick, we jive, man. We jive. I get his personality. He gets mine. I don't know why people, man, there were a couple people, he texted me and goes, "Who is this guy? Why is he using my video?" And didn't I was just like, you know how they are. I know the guy, but I don't choose to mess with them. So, but Coach Nick came out with the Kuminga video, and somebody went on Twitter and talked shit about him, and he's like, "Who is this guy? This is the best performing video all summer." And I don't necessarily totally agree with this video, but even though his video actually is
that's the whole point, is to hear other people explain what they know with resources behind them, with experience behind them, so that you can contemplate what it is that they're saying and be just better informed about the team that you love, And then I'm on there sometimes too, and Rich just gave me a chance. But
oh yeah, that's right. Dean was giddy. He got to be on with Coach Nick, and you know what? I said, "Dean, I don't have time to watch these old videos of Steve Kerr and X's and O's from Coach Nick, which helped grow his channel in the beginning. Dean went and did his research, and he just about knocked Coach Nick's socks off with the questions that Dean had. So it made Let's Go Warriors look very good, and it certainly increased the value of loveyourdubs.com. So thank you for that, and we're going to end on that note. We're going to bring in the Cholo file.
I just want to say one more thing.
Yeah.
That's just the first module.
Yeah.
There's more after that, too.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of bonuses after that.
Today he came back. He came here today talking about how he got a new blicky.
Give him a blicky.
Uninformed, what's a blicky?
Monday night.
How you don't know about no blicky, man? You had a blicky? You told me you had a blicky growing up. Yeah. You was a shooter. Yeah, that's a blicky.
Facebook. We went on Facebook tonight. And Brate, everybody. Thanks, Dean. Take care.
Thank you, Rich.
See you tomorrow.